Ladies and gentlemen, good day, and welcome to Sunteck Realty's earnings conference call for Q3 FY23. We have with us today Mr. Kamal Khaitan, the Chairman and Managing Director of the company, and Mr. Prashant Chaubey, the Chief Financial Officer. Please note that this call will be for 30 minutes, and with the duration of this conference call, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode. This conference is being recorded, and the transcript for the same may be put up on the website of the company. After the management's discussion, there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions. There is a Q&A session. We request to restrict questions to 2 per participant. Should you need assistance during this conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. Before I hand the conference over to the management, I would like to remind you that certain statements made during the course of this call may not be based on historical information or facts and may be forward-looking statements, including those related to business statements, plans, and strategy of the company, its future financial condition, and growth prospects. These forward-looking statements are based on the expectations and projections and may involve a number of risks and uncertainties and other factors that could cause actual results, opportunities, and growth potential to differ materially, and those suggested by such statements. I now will turn the conference over to Mr. Khaitan, the Chairman and Managing Director of the company. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you for joining Sunteck Realty third quarter and 9 months earnings call for the financial year 2023. Hope each one of you and your families are safe and healthy. In the first 9 months of 2023, we have achieved robust growth in both pre-sales and collections. This continued strong operational performance has enabled us to generate close to rupees 311 crore of operating cash flow surplus, which further makes the balance sheet more stronger, taking the negligible net debt ratio from 0.19 in FY22 to 0.14 in 9 months of FY23. On the cumulative basis, since FY21, we have generated close to rupees 830 crore of operating cash flow surplus. All our existing growth engines, namely Sunteck City at Goregaon West, Sunteck World at Naigaon, and Sunteck Beach Residences at Vasai West, are throwing positive cash flows on sustained basis. We have been felicitated by HIFC, the World Bank Group company, with Edge Green Building pre-certification for our 6 ongoing projects, 4 residential and 2 commercial. Our endeavor is ensuring that the company's projects are designed sustainably as next generation buildings, keep the environment well-being at the center of its mission. I would again now like to reiterate that in the past 3 years, we have acquired 25.5 million square feet across micro market of MMR with a gross development value of rupees 20,000 crore. And this is our company's best ever performance. Our endeavor is to maintain this momentum going forward. I'm very proud of the team that we have built at Sunteck in the last 15 years, and we are growing and strengthening it further. I would now hand over the call to our CFO, Mr. Prashant Chaubey, for his comments. Thereafter, I would be happy to answer your questions, if any. Over to you, Prashant.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone, and thank you once again for joining us today and taking out your valuable time for this conference call. The financial and operational numbers have already been published on the stock exchanges. I believe all of you must have gone through the same. Now, I would like to highlight the key financial and business performance numbers. Our pre-sales grew by 12% year-on-year in Q3 of FY23 to rupees 396 crore compared to rupees 352 crore in Q3 of FY22. Collections grew by 13% year-on-year to to rupees 304 crore in Q3 of FY23 compared to rupees 270 crore in Q3 of FY22. For the 9 months, similarly, the pre-sales grew by 33% and the collections grew by 42% respectively. With respect to the financial highlights, we have reported a consolidated revenue of rupees 314 crores in the 9 months of FY23, and our operating cash flow surplus stands at rupees 311 crores for 9 months of FY23. We can now open the forum for questions from the participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Requesting all the participants to restrict to 2 questions per participant. The first question is from the line of Adhidev Chattopadhyay from ICICI Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the main question is, could you just now give us on what is the upcoming launch pipeline for the next 6 to 12 months, and therefore what are the sort of sales targets in terms of overall sales you're looking at over the next couple of years, and some updates on where the approvals at what stage are we in the different projects. Thank you.
So, Adhidev, as far as the sales numbers, I think Prashant will give you an update on the coming to the update on the approvals. I'll get on the call.
Good evening, Adhidev. So, Adhidev, as in the first 9 months of FY23, as you are aware, we have done a year-on-year growth of 33%. On a compounded annual growth rate basis for since FY18 till FY22, we have delivered a pre-sales growth of 22%. So going forward, our target is to deliver pre-sales growth of around 20 to 30% on a compounded annual basis. So that is the target of the company which it wants to achieve going forward in the coming years. In terms of launch pipeline, Adhidev, as you are aware, we have acquired 25.5 million square feet in the last 3 years, which has a gross development value of 20,000 crores. So these projects include projects in Borivali West, Mira Road, Kalyan, Vasai. So all these projects are going to be launched in the, out of this, Vasai we have already launched in FY23, and in the coming financial year in FY24, our endeavor is to launch Mira Road and Kalyan project.
So, Adhidev, obviously before March 23, we are looking to launch at least one project out of these 2 projects, Kalyan and Kalyan or Mira Road, at least one project. We are quite confident and we'll do that because the approvals of both the projects are at very advanced stage. We are trying obviously both the projects, but it will be too ambitious to say that both the projects will be launched before 31st March. But at least one for sure. Plus, we are doing a new activation launch of a new tower in Vasai West also. So these 2 are the big launches, one coming from mostly Mira Road or Kalyan, and the other one, the activation of new towers in Vasai West.
Okay, sir. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Harshvardhan Agarwal from IDFC Asset Management. Please go ahead.
Hi sir, trust you all are doing well. Thanks for the opportunity. Just wanted to understand, last quarter we said that we'll be achieving an 1,800 crores of pre-sales this financial year. Looking at the run rate that we have currently, we seem to be falling short. So how should we look at it?
So Harshvardhan, if you see our track record from last 2 to 3 years or whatever, the Q1 has been better than the Q2 and Q2 has been better than Q1 and Q3 is better than Q2 and Q4 is better than Q3. So Q4, which is the best quarter for always has been for Sunteck. I think we are waiting for that Q4 quarter. we are very confident. If not 1800, we'll be very close to 1800. That's because we are banking on at least one launch out of this Mira Road launch or the Kalyan launch before the March 31st.
Okay. So, sir, if I just were to look at the numbers of the 1800 crores, we are currently at more or less we have done 1100 crores already. So what we need is 700 crores. So what is our expectation that this new project will contribute as to what percentage of this remaining 700 crores?
So we are looking at least 300, approximately around 350 crores coming from there.
Got it, sure. And so one last question is from a PPT, specifically slide number 29. So if I were to compare the slides from 2Q PPT versus 3Q PPT, absolutely nothing has changed in terms of numbers. So is it fair to assume that during this quarter there was no launch per se that was done within the existing projects also?
So, Harsh, Prashant this side. So from the existing projects, as you are aware, last time what we had communicated is that we had already launched two projects, that is Sunteck One World and Sunteck City 4th Avenue. The higher floors of Sunteck City 4th Avenue was launched in the third quarter, and Sunteck One World new activation was done in the third quarter, in the quarter gone by. So these projects were already launched, and with new approvals, we launched new phases of these projects which were already launched. So that's why the numbers have not changed.
Okay. So basically the way we should look at it is that already launched column that we have, it is when we put a number there, it's for the entire project that we put up.
Correct. That, like for example, entire Sunteck One World is there, entire Sunteck City 4th Avenue is there.
Okay, and that's why although we are achieving some sales number, but it's not increasing the launch number per se.
Correct, Harsh. Correct.
Got it. And sir, just one last thing regarding our pre-sales target for FY24. So what target do we have for say 24?
So Harsh, as we said that Prashant already said that we are looking at growth of 20 to 30%. So on a conservative side, we can assume from FY23 that FY24 will be at least more by 20 to 30% on our pre-sales number. Okay, so just if I were to quickly do the number, that comes to somewhere around 2400 crores. So that's the number that we're targeting. Yeah. Yes, whatever that number is, I think we are pretty confident because the kind of acquisitions we have done, I think Harsh, you will appreciate. Obviously, the approvals have to come. I think we are turning around the projects we are trying our best to get we are putting pressures on our landlords because the approvals, we put the obligation of getting the approvals on the landlords. That is what we are doing. And I think if you look at Vasai, we turned around very fast. Again, Mira Road, if we can launch it before 31st March, I think it will be a record time, like in less than a year. After acquisitions, we have turned around the project and launched it as well. So I think we are pretty confident that 20-30% growth for the next year should be very comfortable.
Right. And so just if I can slip in one last question, is again, this is regarding a Borivali project. In last quarter, we had said that we are looking to launch Borivali, Kalyan and Mira Road maybe in the next 4-5 months. So, but right now it's at 23-24, we are looking to launch Mira Road and Kalyan. So is it that our Borivali project is moving to say probably FY25 launch? So last time also we said that we'll try to launch at least 1 or 2 projects minimum in this financial year. So out of which I think Vasai we already launched. And now we are out of the 3 projects, Borivali, Kalyan and Mira Road. If you ask me the way it will go, first 2 launches will be either Mira Road and Kalyan or first Kalyan and second Mira Road or Mira Road, the way the approvals are coming. And then thereafter we can look at Borivali project.
Thank you. A request to all the participants, please restrict to 2 questions per participant. Next question is from the line of Pritesh Seth from Motilal Oswal. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for the opportunity. Just on the launches, I also had a similar question on Borivali, but any update on the Pen Khopoli project launch? we had again signed that land parcel quite some time back. So any update if you can provide? And just again reiterating on the previous question, so Borivali can still happen in FY24, or is it a FY25 thing?
So, Pritesh, first I'll answer for your Borivali project. Borivali project, I would like to launch it maybe yesterday, because we all know that's a great land parcel. It's I think one of the most best land parcel one can get it in Borivali West. But unfortunately, approvals are not in our hands. And again, even if we are trying our best, although the approvals is the obligation of the landlord, and obviously he is also looking to monetize it ASAP. But we are helping him, and we are trying our best to get the approvals as early as possible. Definitely, we are not looking at FY23. We should be looking as early as possible. Obviously, we'll try to launch it in FY24.
Okay, and on Pen Khopoli?
So Pen Khopoli is, I think it's a plotted development and some villas development. I think we are waiting for, again, there also some small approvals. That's not a big project in terms of gross developable value, if you look at it. I think we are working on it. I think once we get some clarity, I would like to comment on it.
Sure. And just lastly, again on launches, any phase launches that you're planning in Naigaon or Goregaon in FY24?
Obviously, in all the projects, which are the existing projects, like let's say in Sunteck City, we will be looking at some more inventory to be launched in Sunteck City, Goregaon West. Then coming to Naigaon, again, we will be launching some few more towers of Sunteck One World. There are 2-3 towers more which are not been launched. And plus, there will be a second phase of Sunteck Max World, which is as big as Sunteck Max World first phase. So it is as good as again, a big launch of more than 2,500 apartments that we are looking at. Plus, obviously, if we launch Mira Road this year, then we will be launching Kalyan next year. So there are quite a big pipeline for the next year, FY24. So I think that's how it is.
So in next 12-15 months, what is the sales value that we are probably looking at launching? That could probably give us a clarity on what sort of pre-sales be able to clock. So just on the overall sales potential of the launches that you are planning.
So Pritesh, project to project phase-wise launches, I think we'll have to then calculate how much exact value. If again, Prashant can give you a rough idea. We are looking at, Prashant, can you give the numbers?
So hi Pritesh, Prashant this side. So Pritesh, if you go through slide number 29 up to FY24, the target of the company, the goal of the company is to launch close to 7.5 million square feet. That is the goal. And if we are able to achieve 80-90% of that, we will be easily achieving our pre-sales target of 20 to 30% growth.
Thank you. Pritesh, I'll request you to come back in the queue. I request to all the participants, please restrict to 2 questions. The next question is from the line of Kunal Lakhan from CLSA India. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, good evening. My question was again on slide 29. So our 20 to 30% growth outlook for 24, can it happen without, say, Borivali not getting launched, or it is contingent upon Borivali getting launched in FY24? And also I wanted to understand what is there in others, in others of 1 million square feet, which projects are there for FY24?
So we definitely, when we are talking about 2,400, 2,300, whatever, that 20-30% growth, we are definitely not considering Borivali into it. If that happens, we will be much above the growth of 25-30%. In fact, we'll be crossing more than 30% growth. So conservatively, if we look, we have not even taken Borivali into the next year target. But our endeavor is definitely to get the approval for that as well. and try to launch as much as possible. And in other projects, like there are like projects like Pain Kapoli, some commercials, small within the existing land parcel, some retail. So all those put together is the others.
Nepean Sea Road is not included in others, I'm assuming.
So, no, not at all. Neither Nepean Sea Road is included, nor our Borivali is included.
So Borivali is included above, right? It's shown separately.
So Borivali is included above, correct? So not in the others. Okay. Sorry. I thought it's mentioned in it's mentioned separately. Yes, that's fine.
Sure. And Kamalji, what's the status on Nepean Sea Road project, if you can highlight?
So very frankly, it will be very difficult to comment that when at least to launch in even FY24. It looks, to be very frank, I want to be very straight. It looks difficult. We can target it maybe in FY25.
Sure. Thank you. I'll come back in the queue. Thank you.
Thank you, Kunal.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Rishit Shah from Nuvama Wealth. Please go ahead.
Hello. Yeah, good evening, sir. So I'm relatively new to the company, so pardon my ignorance. Just a couple of questions. So first on the bookkeeping side. So in terms of area, I mean, can you just highlight how much area that bookings that we have received in maybe in Q3 as well as the corresponding quarter in the last year?
So, hi Rishit, Prashant this side. In Q3 FY23, we have sold close to around 0.35 million square feet, close to 3.5 lakh square feet. That is what we have sold. Okay.
Okay.
And in quarter 3 of FY22, we have sold close to around 0.30 million square feet. That is 3 lakh square feet roughly.
Okay, got it. And the last quarter would be?
Last quarter was also close to around 3 lakh square feet, Nishit.
Okay, perfect. And secondly, on the cash flows, so basically if we see the first half that in the first half we have kind of done a cash flow of say around 225 crores. So that is the operating cash flow surplus. And for the 9 months, it's received around 311 crores. So from the quarterly run rate, in the first half, we have seen a dip to around say 86 crores for this quarter, Q3. So is there any one-off or any specific reason why is there a dip?
There is a dip in the debt, you mean to say?
No. Operating cash flow.
No, operating cash flows, Rishit, what you have to understand is that when Sir spoke about the approvals that we have, we have applied for Kalyan and Mira Road. So these approvals, the payment has gone from Sunteck because the landowners, we fund the landowners via loan mechanism, which is interest bearing. So this money is going towards the payment of those. So that also becomes part of your working capital changes. It is not shown as a separate item as a capital expenditure. So that is why you will see that dip if I may say so.
Great. So got it. So those are my two questions. Thank you.
It is a kind of, in fact, treasury management for us because obviously when we are lending to the landlords, it is 14-15% or 16%, and the cost of borrowing for Sunteck is I think close to 9 in single digit.
Got it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Alpesh Thakkar from Antique Stock Broking. Please go ahead.
Thank you for taking my question, sir. My first question is on the BKC project, right? So what exactly is happening there? And if I'm not wrong, luxury market, overall market has been doing good. So are we seeing any traction there, or what is the challenge with that project? If I'm not wrong, there is no sales for last couple of quarters. Okay, just want to have your view on that project. And what is the monetization plan going ahead?
Sorry, there is a disturbance, I think, at your background. I think, can you repeat the question?
Sorry, sir. Yeah, sure. So my question is regarding the BKC project.
Can you take it from some background where there is no noise in the background, please?
Sure. So my question is regarding the BKC project. So what exactly is our monetization plan there? Because I see that there is a kind of slowdown in the monetization of that project, while the overall luxury market has been doing quite decent for last 1 year. So just your thought on that project.
So, Alpesh, obviously, your concern is right, I think, to a certain extent, obviously, because we have not been able to do not much sales in the last few quarters about in terms of BKC, but we are aggressively trying our best to monetize the project. Means we are trying the best way how we can monetize. I don't have a answer right now for that how it will happen, when it will happen, but
right.
We are trying our best. I can only say that much to you.
Okay. So, but are we seeing any, inquiries or the visitations like that is tracking up or, uptaking of that sort? Like in last, let's say one or two quarters, like more visitations or the inquiries about that project. So any momentum there?
So, Alpesh, I would say the inquiries have only increased and number of hot deals are quite decent number which are there. I don't want to commit anything till the time we conclude the deal, but you will see some action in this current quarter and next coming quarters. I can only say that.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take that as the last question. I now hand the conference over to the Chairman and Managing Director, Mr. Khetan, for closing comments.
Thank you all for taking out the time from your busy schedule today. In case if any of your queries have been left unanswered, you can get in touch with me or my team. We look forward to your continued support. Thank you once again for joining us today, and please be safe. Thank you.
Thank you very much. On behalf of Sunteck Realties, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us. You may now disconnect your lines. Thank you.